Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, Legit Boss, and you are watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
Yeah, welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Little notified bell next to it. Make sure you're always getting your new Going In Raw notifications.
Yes.
We're also out there on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson.
Whoa.
We have a variety of reward tiers over there. It's a great way to support Going In Raw.
Correct.
And at the $1 and up mark, which, by the way, $1 does go a long way. Because if you get enough people chipping in $1, it's like you have one massive, contribution.
10,000 people chipping $1. That's $10,000 right there.
See, look at that.
Math.
Expert level math.
I got an A in calculus. You had to audit it. I'm smarter.
I got a D in math. No, God, no. I got like a deep F. It was like in the 30s.
Didn't you have to audit the class?
Yes, I did. See, here's the thing about calculus. I probably have the smarts to figure it out, but senior year, I stopped caring.
You know what?
I took a volleyball class senior year. That I got an A in because it was awesome.
I took yearbook senior year. That was my easy class.
Oh, I had several. I had yearbook.
You had work something.
I had two periods of work study. Only because I worked a job where I worked like 10 hours a week.
Oh, gosh.
I was chilling senior year. That was my favorite.
You know what?
I had a girlfriend and everything. It was dope.
Like, remember, calculus is like algebra of algebra.
Yeah, no, I don't need no algebra inception crap. Screw that business. I tapped out at trigonometry. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty much good here. Anyways, we got a bunch of new patrons. I want to give them some shout outs. Matthew Robertson, Joel Johnson. That's not right. That's funny. PSVG, Tim O'Donnell, Jeremy Hart, Dakota Miley, Eric V, Matthew Morse, Jay Patel, Freezax, Turnip Head, and Chris P. Bacon.
Ooh.
That's a delicious name right there, Larson.
Dinner last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it turkey bacon or real bacon?
Real bacon.
Ooh, wow! Somebody splurged.
No, it was my youngest daughter's birthday yesterday, and we asked her, "Where do you want to go for dinner?" And guess where she wanted to go?
Golden Corral.
No, Black Bear Diner. It's my kid's favorite place.
It's a good place. I like that place.
It's not terrible.
Oh, I like Black Bear Diner.
There's a good. The food's all right, and it's got a good variety on the menu.
Yeah. What don't you like about it? Why the hesitation?
It's just fine. It's not exceptional. It's not bad. It's just decent.
Man, it's good stuff.
It's
That's
decent
good stuff.
Yeah. It's decent diner food. Yeah.
I have a little coffee mug.
I have no problem
from
with
Black Bear Diner. Sounds like you have a problem. I'll be honest.
No,
with
it's no problem.
I watched the Deadwood movie yesterday.
How was it? I haven't watched it yet.
There's nothing really to spoil. It's a fine reunion.
Okay. Not exactly a glowing review.
You know, the one thing so I enjoyed it. Okay. Yeah. The one thing that Deadwood did perfect was it would forego plot for character.
Yeah, totally.
The plot was there to serve character.
Yeah.
This was plot.
Oh, yeah.
This was plot. And they were trying to jam everybody in based on their schedules.
Jam things in, 2 hours?
And it's funny, and I'm happy the reviews are all very glowing. And it's still Deadwood.
Yeah, so I imagine the writing's still really good.
It's very Deadwood. Milch is still just generational writer, right? Talent, amazing. But yeah, it just kind of felt like a reunion, you know?
Oh, man,
hey, there's that person, there's that person. There's that person. It was good. It was fine.
All right, don't say anything else. I want to watch it.
Wasn't as good as the best.
Like all of season 1.
Yeah, even, man, when you go back and watch 2 and 3, they're still really, really
I know, like
devastatingly good.
Season 1's like the best season of television I've ever watched of any show.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear about your Spurs losing.
Whoo, boy. Good thing Adam Cole, baby, won that title because that would have been, devastating altogether.
Complete bummer of a weekend.
He salvaged it for me.
It's good.
But yeah, oh, man.
I didn't watch any of it because I don't pay attention to soccer.
Man, I learned a couple things this season with my Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yeah.
I learned that I have a team called the Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yeah.
And they're pretty damn good.
For now.
And, I have no idea how long that's going to last. I don't know. I know they have a guy named Harry Kane. He's really good.
That's a good name.
Human Son. He's a good player, too.
Human Son?
I think his name is Hyung Min Son.
The way you said it sounded like Human Son.
I like Human Son, though. That's a good name. Human Son.
I pay closer attention to the words that come out of your mouth sometimes.
And then there's a guy named Erickson. He's supposed to be good too. And then they have like a manager. I think his last name is like Pistachio or something. So he's good too.
Such a fan. You know who their coach is.
I'm learning. It's a learning process.
Yeah, sure.
Oh man, come on, you Spurs!
I was worried
next year.
I was worried you get upset at that GIF I sent you when you were calling everybody for task.
No, I was asking for it. I was
you
asking
were, exactly.
for
That's
it.
why I gave it to you.
I know, no problems with that. I'm asking for it
because I put that up while I was laughing about it because I thought it was funny.
Yeah, man.
Anytime you can use the Ray Liotta laughing GIF, it's worth it. It's worth it.
Oh, that's the best GIF.
It's the best one.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Although I found a better one, I think when I was trolling Mod Chat. Was it there? I found another
Which
one.
one?
Another
Which
Ray Liotta
one
one that
was
was
it?
really good.
We got a couple new YouTube channel
That's my
members.
favorite thing to do, by the
Ernie
way.
Jimenez and the villain Alan Black. Thank you very much.
Was it that one? It was definitely the Thor one. That was great.
Oh, here we go. Nikyle says Mauricio Pochettino is the Spurs manager. I just call him Pistachio. That's good enough for me. His name is Argentine Pistachio because he's from Argentina.
Terrible. Terrible. Just terrible.
Look, it's a learning process. It's a learning
Yeah,
process.
it's supposed you learn these names, man.
Yeah, but I only found out that they're my hometown team like months ago.
They're not. Your hometown team is Sacramento FC, man.
No, my hometown team is Luton, and I'm not going to root for some crap subpar football team. Screw that. They're really kind of closer to where I'm from.
So that's really your hometown team. This is like you rooting for the Warriors.
Well,
living
no.
in Sacramento, that's exactly what it's like.
No. It'd be like, yeah, but that's if the Warriors didn't. That's if the Kings didn't play here. Luton, it'd be like if I lived in Stockton and I rooted for the Stockton D-League team.
I'm going to be honest, at certain points, the Kings probably could have been bumped down to the G League when they were really
And I
bad.
never felt good about it.
Yeah.
It sucked. So, man, anyways.
There's a lot of conversation. I want to find that Liotta GIF. Maybe it wasn't even on here. Maybe it was a response to something.
Is it a Chantix GIF?
No.
Have you seen those Chantix commercials?
Yeah, those are great.
They're great.
It was from some TV show he did on NBC.
Well, while you look at that, I'm going to talk about...
this show's not about my Twitter activity, but anyways, go ahead, Steve.
Talk about John Moxley shooting on Brock Lesnar again.
Yeah.
He was doing his laundry and had a conversation with Wade Keller of PW
was he doing
Torch.
his laundry?
I think at one point he seemed kind of distracted, and he was like, "Oh, sorry, I swear I thought he said I'm putting a new load in," even though he mumbled it, and that's probably not anything close to what he actually said.
Yeah.
So in my mind, he was on the phone
while doing laundry.
Yeah, doing laundry.
Oh, I wasn't on that.
And he had a lot of interesting things to say, a lot of sort of reiterating stuff from the Jericho podcast.
It provided some depth and validated a lot of things he said going back as far as his appearance on the Stone Cold podcast.
He talked about the Stone Cold podcast as well, why he mentally checked out on that after a certain point because Austin had brought up. Apparently Moxley had told the producer on the. That's good. That's really good. He told the producer on the Austin podcast, "Don't bring up my childhood," and Austin went to his childhood, seemingly at the behest of the producer, because otherwise, why would he do that? Why would he know to do that? And he said at that point, he just sort of mentally checked out, but he'd like to go back on the podcast. He said that. But by far, I think the most interesting stuff about the John Moxley PW Torch interview, all 4 hours of it, was discussion about Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose, WrestleMania, and he was clarifying a lot of the stuff that he sort of alluded to on the Stone Cold podcast. Here he goes full in depth.
Well, I think on the Stone Cold podcast, considering that both he and Brock were still under WWE's employ, he didn't want to put Brock fully on blast.
Oh, no, you know.
He just alluded to the fact that Brock didn't really seem to care, but on Keller's show, he seemingly didn't care at all about what Brock had to think about anything. Do you want to try to read all this in Dean voice?
No, but I'll take the first paragraph if you want to take the second one.
Sure.
So here's a good chunk of it right here.
Here's a transcript from Cage Side Seats.
Thank you. By the time we got to WrestleMania, the angle wasn't hot anymore. I got that match because we did a three-way thing for the number one contender with me, Roman, and Brock that actually turned out awesome. And there was a promo for it, and I kind of took it upon myself to be like, I'm going to get up in Brock's face. What's the worst that can happen? So I got all up in Brock's face, and I'm trying to portray to him that, like, yeah, you might be the suplex machine guy, but I might stab you. I might stick a pencil in your eye. I bring a different dynamic as an opponent. You're obviously physically a much different thing than me, but I might stab you kind of vibe. So I'm up in his face, whatever, and there's electricity. The people are like, ooh, this is interesting. I'm doing that all on my own. This isn't scripted, right? But it got over, and there was electricity between us. So now people want to see me and Brock because I was supposed to work with Chris Jericho and Bray was supposed to work with Brock. They'd already started the angle, and then me and Brock did the thing. We did a three-way. We did some cool stuff. There was like a vibe between us. So now we're going to go with me and Brock. So I was like, I earned this match on my own merits. Me doing my own thing, my way, made it to where people wanted to see this match. So now I've earned the match. So now I'm like, yeah, this is like my dream opponent, dream scenario, street fight. I'm like, you can imagine how much effort and time and thought I put into this, right? This is my life.
Of course, as he said on the Stone Cold podcast, Brock didn't exactly see it the same way.
Yeah.
And I remember that spot where Dean got up in Brock's face. I remember thinking, oh, that's actually pretty cool because people just don't do that.
Yeah.
And the vibe, yeah, that definitely was the vibe he put across was, I can't compete with you one-on-one, but I could, stick a shiv in you.
Yeah, I could beat you with crazy.
Yeah, pretty much. And then he goes on to complain some about the little vignettes they did, like with him and Terry Funk, where Funk gave him a chainsaw and he chainsaw the table in half, and then Foley gave him the barbed wire bat and stuff. And I see his point about them being kind of goofy.
Yeah.
But it seemed like a matter of tone. Like if they were shot with some atmosphere, and weren't played for laughs, that could have been some cool stuff. Where you had all these hardcore legends going to Dean and saying, "All right, man, you can't hang with Brock one-on-one in a technical wrestling bout, but if you go crazy, you can do it. Here's what we can teach you." That could have been interesting.
I agree, and if I recall, it's funny because we deal with what we're given, and if you go back and watch the match, I look, it's a shame what it could have been. I don't think it's that bad of a match. It just seems fairly mundane versus what it could have been, and part of that was, like you said, the hardcore legends coming out. I thought that did make it, like in the build-up, if I remember correctly. I thought that, it was a bit goofy, but it did make it feel a bit on the special side.
Yeah.
But I take his point here. He talks about, Foley's giving me his barbed wire bat that I'm never going to get to use. And I'm like, why can't we use it? And they're like, oh, blood. And he says, I was also thinking in my head that they're afraid to yell at Brock. So I'm like, maybe we can get a little hardway juice. And he actually originally pitched what happened with Randy Orton.
As far as the elbows to the head, yeah. Anyways, he continues on. Quote, and I'm thinking Brock is probably thinking on the same page as me, like we're going to tear it up. And I think he thought he was just doing me a favor. Me being in the ring with him was enough to do awesome things for me. I think that's what he thought. He didn't want to be there. It's a street fight at WrestleMania, so we've got to get stunts approved and set up. We've got to get props for table bumps or whatever we're going to do. I pitched all this stuff to everybody, all the producers, and I feel like I'm just getting ignored because our match isn't important to any of the producers or writers or Vince. They just gave me enough to give me the match, but they don't give me any help to make it a good angle or make it a hotter thing people want to see. And I'm like, can we do this? Can we do this? Can we? All these different stunts and stuff. I'm ready to die in the ring. I'm ready to take the worst. I'm not trying to put Brock through abuse. I'm trying to take the worst being in the history of the world. I'm ready to be, if he kills me, great. I'll go down as a legend. I was ready to do anything, but in the weeks leading up, the angle was not good. Brock's not even there half the time. We don't do anything interesting. And he talks about wanting to do a thumbtack spot where he gets F5'd on the thumbtacks.
Yeah.
He says he was going to go to Frank Mir's gym in Vegas and learn how to do a heel hook and start doing heel hooks to everybody leading up to this match.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
He's just tossing out every idea to kind of bring something to this angle that makes him come off as legit, legit crazy, legit willing to do anything to win.
Yeah.
And he's talking about taking power bombs onto thumbtacks, just doing anything.
And he keeps on. He tries to reach out to Brock and says, "Hey, when can we talk about this?" And Brock just keeps on, sort of, pushing him off, saying, "Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it." So Brock, obviously, it's just he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He thinks that no, you being in the ring with me is good enough.
That's all the rub you need.
Yeah, exactly. And he just wants. So he goes on to talk a little bit about the actual lead up, how they had one scheduled rehearsal 11 p.m. Saturday night, the day before the show. He didn't get in until late Saturday night.
And Brock no-showed.
And Brock no-showed that. They had a conference call with Michael Hayes, Noble, Brock, and Paul Heyman. And it's just people are just they're just shooting him down, basically.
And Brock's not making himself really available to lay out the match until the day of the show. That's what he talks about. Quote, so day of the show, I get there at 11 a.m. He doesn't show up till 3 o'clock. We haven't talked about any of this match. 3 o'clock. Show starts at 5. We're 5th. start talking about stuff. He's just walking away, talking to other people. He's not really interested, doesn't want to be there. And this is the most important match of my life. I'm like, everybody at WrestleMania wants to show up and steal the show. There are people on the show that night that I know were literally rehearsing their match for a month at like the Performance Center. That's like NXT status. Because you should show up at WrestleMania to want to effing steal the show. And I was like, dude, we have the opportunity. We have a street fight. We can do anything. I'll take any bump you want. Literally, I'm begging you to effing choke me. That's one of the finishes he wants to get choked out.
Yeah, and he was going to flip him off.
Mm-hmm.
There was another one where he talked about spraying mace at Brock or something, and then like getting F5'd after that.
Please, powerbomb me onto thumbtacks 100 times. And Brock's response was, oh, we don't need all that. Like, he did not have the mentality of trying to steal the show at all. Did not give a shit.
Yeah. He continues on. I was banging my head against the wall, screaming at everybody for weeks, it felt like, and I felt like I was invisible. Main reason was I wasn't the most important match on the show. I was basically non-important at all. As long as Brock's on the show, Brock's good. Other matches were more important. Whatever match was on the show that night, I was like, they just didn't give an S.
Yeah.
They didn't give a shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess Brock gets his money. He's cool.
Mm-hmm.
If he thinks, well, I don't want to worry about doing all these spots.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. Dean being in the ring with me is good enough, in Brock's opinion, good enough for Dean.
Yeah.
Why bother trying to put anything together?
Yeah, and we're going to talk about this in a second, but what's one of the more striking things about this, and it's not surprising necessarily, but just the level of veto power that Brock has, which seemingly is absolute. Was kind of shocking here, and it seems like nobody wants to tell him otherwise because it's Brock. And what can you do? Brock is gonna, as Dean said on the Stone Cold podcast, Brock is gonna do Brock.
Yeah.
So seemingly he does have this veto power, which we're gonna talk about in a second. But before we continue, here's a word from our sponsor, forhims.com. Hey, Larson.
Yeah.
Are you aware that 2 out of 3 men start losing their hair by the age of 35? And once you notice your hair is thinning, it can be too late.
Well, Steve, would you say the best way to prevent further hair loss would be to try odd solutions or do nothing or turn to medicine and science?
Oh, that's
of course you go with medicine and science. And forhims.com has been helping guys be the best version of themselves with licensed physicians and FDA-approved products to help treat hair loss.
Yeah, we here at Going In Raw have been talking about Hims for a while now and how they're helping guys look their best. If you haven't heard, it's time for you to see what Hims is all about. Hims connects you with real doctors online, which means no more awkward doctor's visits or time wasted in long lines at the pharmacy.
Yeah, that's right. Just answer a few quick questions. A doctor will review your order, and if they determine it's right for you, they can prescribe you medication to treat your hair loss, and best of all, it's shipped directly to your door. Get the hair loss treatment everyone is talking about.
And right now, Going In Raw listeners can get started with the Hims Complete Hair Kit for just $5 today, right now, while supplies last, and subject to doctor's approval. Just go to forhims.com/GIR, see that website for full details and safety information. This could cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy somewhere else.
That's forhims.com/GIR. forhims.com/GIR. Again, we'd like to thank Hims for sponsoring today's episode, and you're really helping out Going In Raw by going to forhims.com/GIR. So another thing that Mox talked about, Keller, was SummerSlam 2018. Of course, main event of that was Reigns versus Lesnar. He had the specter of Braun Strowman cashing in throughout that match.
That was the big goofball,
that was ridiculous.
Bait and switch finish.
It really was a bait and switch thing.
It was.
It really was. He spoke about that as well, Keller, and how the finish was changed at Brock's behest.
So real quick, the actual finish, when we say bait and switch, just for people who might have forgot, it was Brock versus Reigns with Braun. Braun comes down
like he's going to cash in at some point. There's like a brawl between Braun and Brock a little bit, and Brock chucks his briefcase up to the ramp.
Right.
And the end of the show, so then Brock is essentially distracted by Braun, which allows Reigns to spear him for the win.
Mm-hmm.
And so the show finishes on a long shot of Reigns celebrating, and it's super quick. Brock selling the spear, and Braun on the ramp selling some bump he took from Brock.
Right.
And then it's super quick. All right, we got to go by.
Yeah.
It's super quick. Like they just said, let's get this finish out of the way and end the show immediately.
And it made everybody look stupid. It looked Reigns look weak because he needed the distraction, evidently. And then Braun gets his briefcase chucked too far away.
Yeah, Braun looked awful.
For him to do anything, he looked like an idiot.
Yeah, that's what Moxley says.
Yeah.
And Brock, I guess, looked all right because he took abuse from both Braun and Reigns to lose.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is what Mox had to say. Quote, SummerSlam and the show was supposed to be when the Shield returns. We were worried about it not being as impactful the next night. It still worked just as good. The end of SummerSlam was Roman versus Brock. Braun comes out, looks like a doofus because he can't figure out how to cash in.
Mm-hmm.
However, it went was Brock's idea. At 6 p.m. before the show, everything was supposed to happen. The Shield coming out, this awesome stuff that the writers have been working on tirelessly to have this perfect ending to SummerSlam that was good.
Mind you, he says 6 p.m. before the show. That's pre-show. That's middle of the pre-show right there.
Yeah. Brock comes in at 6 p.m. and changes everything. Vince is like, we're going to go with Brock's idea. It made everyone else look stupid but Brock. And the writers are just sitting there watching it in the room, and they're like, come on. We had it. We had this great ending. Everyone is suffering. Again, not my problem anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you wonder if the original ending was Shield coming in to help Roman win?
Yeah, I think
Or at least them coming down the ring to celebrate his
No, I would suspect they were going to stifle the cash in. Braun was going to try to cash in and they would stifle it. And then Brock sort of made it on him. He made it about himself. I would think in that scenario, I mean, maybe you still get a distraction of sorts for Brock being distracted by Braun, just his mere presence. And then Roman uses that to capitalize. Maybe things get more physical between Roman and Brock.
Yeah.
Roman wins, but he's busted up. Braun is going to cash in. Shield come out and fix that.
Yeah.
Then they all
That could
celebrate
be.
together.
That could be.
And nobody's going to boo. You're in the middle of the ring with the Shield. It's the reunion.
People are going to cheer that.
You can milk that shot for as long as you want.
Yep, totally.
But instead you get this really goofball weird bait and switch like, "Oh, Braun's going to cash in. Wait, no, what just happened?" And then
show ends, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all.
Yeah, so it's I do wonder how many more of these tell-alls while doing his laundry Mox is going to do. They're pretty fascinating and interesting look.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes there at WWE. This was a really long one. Although apparently if you get PW Torch, I think Insider Access thing, the subscription service, you can get rid of all those ads. There's a plug for the PW Torch. It was really good. Wade Keller's really, really good.
He's a good interviewer.
He had some interesting assumptions on his part that Dean, I think Wade Keller has some very strong assumptions about certain things in WWE that he was kind of trying to get, because I listened to most of this.
To get validated.
He was trying to get validated, and Dean wouldn't. He would say, I can't really speak on behalf of anybody else, because he was asking him stuff like, well, does everybody think it's like this? And Dean's like, well, everybody is their own person. They all have their own ideas about this. But one of the more interesting things and I'm sure Wade Keller's talked about this before. I don't listen to the podcast regularly. But he said that he felt that around 2002, I'm sorry, he felt that when Russo and Ed Ferrara left, that that's when he started stockpiling writers because he realized he needed people around him to be feeding him ideas. And that's when things sort of took a turn.
Interesting, because Moxley mentioned in the Jericho interview that around 2002, when the company went public after WCW was bought and all that, that's when he kind of placed, granted he wasn't there, obviously, but that's when he kind of thought that maybe that change happened when a larger writing staff and a structure to kind of insulate Vince from basically everything. Yeah.
And it seems like, I mean, take a look at, a lot of people, the Attitude Era was an interesting time to say the least. But one thing that it really did seem to have is a very vibrant energy to it.
Yes.
Yeah,
every episode of Raw felt vibrant and alive and organic and spontaneous. Like anything can happen at any moment, and everything now just feels so structured.
Yeah, and when he talks about, and he talked about this a lot on the Jericho thing, but he reiterated it here. When he talks about the promo stuff taking forever to get cleared.
Yeah.
And it's like you show up and, you're with the Young Bucks and they boom, boom, boom. Hey, I got an idea for this thing. Boom, boom, boom.
Done.
And you just do it. I mean, it ain't rocket science, man.
No.
You
hire these people, these wrestlers, men and women, who are immensely talented, who are very good at their jobs. They have undergone a great deal of training, whether it be at the Performance Center, in NXT, or elsewhere. There's a reason you bring them in, because they're some of the best in the world at what they do.
Yeah.
And then you bring them to the main roster and you essentially say, hey, all these skills you've learned, whether in our system or elsewhere, Yeah, we're not going to utilize here you have to learn a skill set that is completely foreign to you.
Yeah.
Reading scripts and delivering a performance based on scripted material is not easy. Mm-hmm. There's specific, especially when it's handed to you 5 minutes before you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, actors take classes for script reading, for auditions, strictly for that.
Yeah.
It is not an easy skill to learn. And to be brought up to the main roster and expect to learn how to do that and to do it well, it's incredibly difficult, especially when you've never done it before. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And if you're a creative person, like it seems that Mox is, those kind of restrictions are just going to sap his desire to put forth his best effort.
Yeah,
it seems to be the case, and that's a bummer.
I agree totally. Let's talk about this really quick before we get into TakeOver 25 review and results. August 31st, Larson, a packed day for wrestling.
Yeah.
A packed day for wrestling.
So we have.
What side are you? Where are you drawing your battle lines, Larson?
You have New Japan. They have a show in England that day. You have NXT TakeOver Cardiff that
Wales,
day,
yeah.
And then that evening, All Out.
Yeah.
By my count, that's 3 shows.
That's 3 shows. All Out's probably going to be 4 hours. Cardiff's probably going to be
about
2.5,
3, and then New Japan show probably about 3.5 or 4.
New Japan can go long sometimes.
Yeah.
They can put on some hefty shows.
They can.
That is way too much.
That's a lot
in one day.
Head to head.
I did read this thing on Twitter that it was from a New Japan centric podcast that claimed to have sources about WWE trying to get some sort of inside scoop on how ticket sales were for New Japan.
Yeah.
And they alleged that they had that they have a spy, which is sort of a funny way to put it.
There's a mole, huh?
That sort of relayed information that the New Japan show is it in London? Is that where it is?
I don't recall.
Yeah, I don't recall either. The UK New Japan show had only sold like 2,000 tickets, and they didn't realize that there was like another like system that actually had said, or that it would indicate that they actually sold like 5,000.
Yeah, I remember reading, because the Dallas New Japan show here in the States for G1 has not exactly been selling a lot of tickets. However, I remember hearing the show in the United Kingdom is doing very well in terms of ticket sales.
Yeah. So WWE sort of underestimated just how good New Japan is doing over there. Mm-hmm. According to Triple H, they booked that Cardiff show like before Mania.
Yeah. It was done months ago, apparently.
Yeah.
Not as a reaction to All Out.
But yeah, man, I don't know. That's gonna be a lot. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
It'll be something, that's for sure.
I don't know what we're gonna do on that day.
Yeah, lots up in the air.
That's way up in the air.
We gotta just. Are we gonna do a live stream for Dominion? That's this weekend.
Oh, it was the Super J-Cast.
Gotcha.
That's the account that tweeted this out. Per our UK sources, WWE had a spy in one of the ticket agencies New Japan were using for Royal Quest. Saw that New Japan had only sold 2,000 tickets, but didn't realize they had a second ticket agency and that total sales were 5,000. WWE thought sales were bad, saw money on the table, didn't do research on competing events. There was like a rugby match in town, and rushed in circa March. Now WWE are facing a situation with twice as many wrestling fans as they thought already committed to going to Royal Quest, and hugely inflated Cardiff hotel costs due to the Wales versus Ireland World Cup warm-up rugby game.
Oof.
At least £100 per night.
Wow. Whoops.
We'll see how that goes.
Are we going to do a live stream for Dominion this weekend?
Oh, my God. That's this weekend. Oh, we really should.
Yeah, I know.
It's Dominion.
I know we really
should.
Oh,
I'm exhausted from this weekend.
Yeah, me too, man.
Lacey was off on a bachelorette party for my sister, and so I had a little Alabama all weekend. And I decided not to pawn her off to my parents because I like spending time with my kid.
Yeah,
but it can be kind of exhausting sometimes.
Yeah, I
she
mean,
doesn't nap anymore.
Yeah, I all day Saturday I was on dad duty, so went to the Taco Fest, watched some wrestling there.
Oh yeah, how was that?
That was cool.
Yeah,
I saw some familiar faces.
What was the main event?
We didn't stay that long.
Okay.
They were doing blocks of matches and taking breaks. It was really hot out.
What was the match of your experience?
There was a tag match between Brittany Wonder. It was a intergender tag match.
Yeah. She's got a partner. I forget his name.
I forgot his name too. I'm sorry. But the finish saw, because he carries around like a stuffed tiger.
Yeah.
That's one of his props. And so the finish saw the stuffed tiger lay out Nuck Nuck.
Oh,
he was the ref.
Okay.
He took a bump.
Oh, ref bump
from the stuffed animal.
Okay.
And throughout the match, it was actually a really funny spot.
Yeah,
it was really
yeah.
well executed. So afterwards, I ran into him. Nuck.
Oh, I thought you said you did a run in.
No. I talked to him for a little bit.
You're gonna be
hey,
you're gonna be the Mox of.
That was a great bump.
Was it Action Coast?
I mean, Derevko was there putting stuff together, but I don't know what company's banner.
I love it.
But I was explaining to my kids because the first match was a pretty obvious heel versus face tag match. You had Sir Samurai and his partner.
Oh, nice.
Who were healing it up.
Yeah.
Versus a couple guys we hadn't seen before. Yeah. And I was explaining, it's like, these are the bad guys because they cheat.
Yeah, sure.
And sure enough, they were cheating. I was like, see, this one guy's getting beat up a lot.
Yeah.
And when his partner gets tagged in, it's the hot tag. The crowd's going to cheer.
Yeah, sure.
Sure enough, that's what happened.
Yeah. Good.
And so my youngest was pretty into it. And my oldest, she was eating her snow cone.
How are the tacos?
I actually didn't get tacos.
It's Taco Fest, man.
I got because I was sharing stuff with my oldest daughter, and she said I want these, and it was al pastor fries.
Oh, okay.
Which are really good.
Yeah,
and
sure.
usually, my kids aren't that adventurous eaters, so the fact that she wanted to try something different, I was trying to encourage.
Yeah, sure.
And I thought, okay, cool, we'll share that.
Yeah.
And she ended up liking it.
Oof, Taco Fest, man. There's a Nacho Fest out here too, isn't there?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. I'm gonna wait for that. What'd you think of NXT TakeOver?
I mean, you can't complain about takeovers, man. I know to a certain degree, and I read this, that they didn't have their full production set up for this.
Yeah, it didn't seem like.
No, but I kind of like
a house show.
I kind of like the house show feel.
Me too.
I like that more actually than the full-on produced. And I like how they had the lights for the first match where they went out to the crowd and came back in. Just something different and interesting. And I thought the Adam Cole Gargano match, I liked this match way more than their previous one.
Oh, you think so?
Way more.
Yeah.
I thought I liked the story being told more.
Yeah.
It felt like coming into this match, they were aware that they really buried Adam Cole's finish last time out.
Yeah.
And made a point of making sure that didn't happen this time.
Yeah.
I know Gargano kicked out of one last shot.
He kicked out of one of them, yeah.
But I feel like he kicked out of 5 the last one.
Yeah.
It was cartoonish levels of kick out skills. Yeah. And they seemed to understand that this time around and really made every move, I felt like, really count. They really put an emphasis on these two guys really know each other really well. And so all the counters and reversals were really well done.
Yeah. Everything
I thought was perfectly executed. And just the story of it got me involved far more than, hey, Gargano could kick out of anything.
Yeah.
Which to me is not that interesting of a story.
Yeah.
I just felt like this storyline wise had just a lot more going on. Just found it much more interesting.
The main thing that I loved about it is that Adam Cole's now NXT champion. That to me makes it better.
It does make it better, but even if Gargano had won this match, I wouldn't have been as upset as I was when he won the last one.
Yeah,
because it would have come with Adam Cole not having his finisher buried to a ridiculous degree. It wouldn't have made Undisputed Era look like a bunch of bumbling fools.
Yeah.
It would have been a relatively strong defeat for Adam Cole if he had lost.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely obviously a different match than their last one.
Yeah.
I think just the grand, the epic quality of a best 2 out of 3 to me sort of puts the last one over this one. But this, in terms of just being like a really terrific match without any cartoonishness to it, I thought this was a really, really terrific match.
It felt a lot more grounded.
I thought that it did, but sometimes I don't know. I know I bitched about the last one because of everything you just said, but just in retrospect, I look back and I'm like, man, that match was insane.
It was crazy.
The match was crazy.
But I felt like they kept up the pace that they had for like the third fall of that match for the whole duration of this match.
Yeah, I think the case for this was probably made because they did a straight up match where Adam Cole won, and it puts that last one into context. But yeah, it's like, you hit Johnny Gargano with a freaking truck. But I mean, you could say that given everything he had just gone through with Ciampa, energize him a bit more. I don't know.
I think the story there, the macro story where they're doing with Gargano is that he can't defend the title.
Yeah.
I don't remember if DIY ever successfully defended their tag titles. They won them at a TakeOver.
It was a short run if they did.
They won them at a TakeOver and lost them at the next one.
Yeah.
They won them.
They haven't explicitly said anything about that. It makes you wonder if they will.
They might, because he lost his first title defense, the North American title, to Velveteen Dream, and now he lost this one.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't remember if they had any title defenses between winning them at TakeOver Toronto and dropping them in, where's the Rumble at that year? San Antonio? Mm-hmm. I don't remember. But the fact that they only had a 2-month run.
My only qualm with this was, besides like the true toss-up, which was the ladder match, All of this stuff was super predictable.
Oh, so yeah, I got my predictions were perfect.
I think you're the IC champion right now in Discord. And even Street Profits was a fairly safe pick to win this.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was pretty obvious.
Yeah. I just went with Undisputed Era because I was like, well, they talk about being draped in gold. Maybe they'll have them run after it a bit more.
I don't know if they're ever gonna be draped in gold this year, man.
I don't know, man.
That's just them talking.
That post-match interview, I know, but when they talk so much about it, that post-match interview, Cole says this is the first and most important piece, and then he singles out Roderick Strong as the North American champion. I think that's going to happen. But the Street Profits, that ladder match, I honestly think, to me, that was match of the night. That was one of the most fun. They should do ladder matches every damn takeover because they always kill them.
Oh yeah.
I thought Street Profits looked amazing here.
Hell yeah,
I
man.
thought even Forgotten Sons looked great.
Yeah,
here.
they look good. Everybody looked good.
The Jackson Riker bit I thought was terrific.
He's really. I mean, I mentioned this before. That apparently Triple H told him that you're a Terminator.
Yeah.
So they can knock you down, but you always get back up.
Yeah.
And I think he's really hitting his stride with that.
Yeah.
It's a really simple thing to do, but for him, a guy his size, I mean, because he's massive.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It works perfectly.
Yeah. The people that I thought actually were the MVPs of this match, though, was Undisputed Era. I mean, you take a look at what
Kyle O'Reilly got the
Kyle O'Reilly
shit beat out of him.
Like, didn't he lose a tooth or something?
Apparently.
Yeah.
He lost a chunk of his back.
I remember seeing something. I swear to God, I was like, that looks like a tooth on the mat right there because it like bounced around a little bit. And I have no idea. It might have been something else. I don't know. It looked
Maybe
like
he
a
had
tooth.
like a veneer knocked off or something.
And then later on, somebody said, "Oh my God."
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he lost a tooth. But man, him and Bobby Fish, both. And Fish freaks me out because he's got that knee, and they did the bit with the ladder comes down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, where O'Reilly got powerbombed to the ladder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a big chunk taken out of him.
Yeah, and that was on the earlier spot where the ladder got pushed over and he landed right on the edge of it. Ow.
But I thought they were MVPs of that match. But Street Profits, I mean, they look great going over. I thought that, especially that finishing sequence.
Yeah, that was great.
Where Angelo Dawkins spears one of the Forgotten Sons.
Yeah, I think it's Cutler. And
Yeah.
Wesley Blake's on the ladder, and then Montez springboards
and
up.
they filmed it perfectly because you're already on like a tight shot of the ladder with who is it, Blake up there?
Yeah.
And then Montez just sort of jumps into frame
And there's a bit of a stare down up there.
punches him off, grabs the titles, and the crowd
They put
responded pretty
Velcro
well.
on those titles too. There's still snaps on it. There's snaps on the back, but it's Velcro. It's a Velcro title now.
Yeah, it's just WWE standard now is Velcro.
I think so. For ladder matches, it's way easier because how many times have you seen it where the snaps are on and they can't get them off? And it kind of kills the drama of the match a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
I was listening to.
I like snaps though, man.
No, I do too. I think it's classic, but
Because I like the fumbling around.
the ladder match, the second ladder match between Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah, we listened to that.
Yeah,
together.
where they talk about the initial finish, but they couldn't do it because it was snapped on too hard.
Mm-hmm,
If it was Velcro, it could have been pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But you don't hear it unless they happen to mic the belts. You're not going to hear the. Anyway, show kicked off with Roderick Strong versus Matt Riddle. Instantly great because Riddle gets to the ring and then kicks off his flip flops right in Roddy's face. It was great.
Yeah.
Of course, Roddy, what does he target? The back.
Yeah.
And Riddle's doing a hell of a job selling back. Mm-hmm. He would do all his usual moves, and then it'd always affect his back. Mm-hmm. He'd sell back. There's this great spot where Riddle goes for a powerbomb, and Roddy escapes, and just starts laying into Riddle with like forearms and knees and stuff. Gosh, that was awesome. And he hits like his face buster thing, like 2 count. It was a really fun match, though. And Roddy was trying to put Riddle in stronghold. Riddle would keep getting out. And then there's this great sequence towards the end where Riddle goes for a moonsault. Roddy gets his knees up. Roddy hits a tiger bomb. Riddle kicks out. As soon as Riddle kicks out, Roddy transitions into stronghold, lion tamer.
Yeah.
Riddle escapes, gets right into the bro mission, but he can't lock it in all the way because what? His back.
Yep.
Bad back.
Yep.
But then eventually Riddle hits his bro stone, like a tombstone type deal.
Yeah.
To get the win.
Yeah.
Which seemed like that'd take a lot out of the back too, but whatever.
I figured this match would look like it hurt, and it did.
Yeah, it did, man.
Yeah. These guys, they work stiff, and they sell really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, clean finish. I want Roderick Strong to go after that
North American title.
Oh, man. I want them all to be draped in gold. After that, we had that ladder match. We already talked a bit about that. It was so much fun. There was a lot of brutal bits there. Crowd was eating it up like crazy.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
And Street Profits. There's a great bit where Jackson Riker comes out And he just starts throwing everybody around. Eventually, they come to, and they like turn the tables on him, and they just completely just beat the crap.
Yeah, everybody
out
just
of him.
gangs up on Jackson Riker.
Yeah,
I mean, except for the Forgotten Sons.
And it's like like you said, the dude's a Terminator. They throw him out, and then he's all.
Yeah, he keeps on trying to get back up.
And
then Montez hits a tope on him, and then Oni avoids a ladder shot, and then dives out over the top rope and lays him out too. It was great.
Yeah.
It took like 7 moves to lay out Jackson Riker. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good. That was good stuff.
You mentioned that bad bump Kyle took as when the Undisputed Era were climbing up the ladder, and Wesley Blake pushed it over. And that's the way Kyle fell off. The ladder landed, and down by the base of it, Kyle hit back first on it and took a chunk out of his back.
Yeah, he Instagrammed a picture of it after the fact.
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh,
that wasn't the first bad bump he took during this match either.
Oh, boy.
Man, he got beat the hell up.
Yeah, he did.
There's this good spot where the Forgotten Sons had a ladder over them and were kind of swinging around. But then Lorcan and Birch hit stereo German suplexes on them. And then with the ladder still in their head.
Yeah.
That was cool. I'd seen that before.
And the ladders go flying, and I was like, oh my God, are they going to take these with the ladder still right there? But no, they went flying.
They went flying around to Kyle O'Reilly too.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Boy, he ate a lot of ladder.
Yeah, he did. Because, Wesley Blake powerbombed Kyle into the ladder while Bobby Fish was climbing up, kind of on Bobby Fish's knee, too.
Yeah. Oh. So much of this is like, God, how do these people not get more injured?
I know. We talked about the bit with Riker coming in, laying down everybody. God, he destroys everybody. Then everybody gangs up on him, save for the Forgotten Sons. And then, the finish. Talked about that already, too. It's great.
Yep. So Street Profits, good for them. They totally deserve it.
Hell
They should have. I mean, they really should have. This should have been a defense for them. They should have won them off War Raiders.
They really should. Or War Raiders should have been this match.
Yeah. Instead, they're probably not going to be on TV anytime soon.
They have not been on TV since they said they were gone. They were. Look, we're rating on Raw now. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Probably rate on main event.
Weren't the Raw tag titles defended on the main event? It was the Club versus Hawkins and Ryder. I saw a graphic for that.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The Rob Zerva put that up. He was asking sincerely and honestly, how does one watch main event?
Hulu? It's on Hulu.
Is it on network?
Yeah, it's on the network.
No, okay. Well,
It's on the network.
Answered your question, but still.
Start covering main event. Evidently, that's where actual
That's
stuff
where the
happens.
actual. You get one match and a bunch of recaps.
Yeah. After that, we had Tyler Breeze versus Velveteen Dream. Apparently, a lot of people were picking Velveteen Dream for. I'm sorry, Tyler Breeze for this. That shocked me.
Yeah.
So, somebody left a comment and said all the other YouTubers. I didn't actually verify.
Yeah, I
this.
didn't verify that either.
All
but
the
I
other
saw the same
YouTubers are picking Breeze for this, and I'm like, what? He's the look. The story about Tyler Breeze is that he's a terrific wrestler.
Yeah.
Hugely and horribly and criminally underutilized.
Yes.
But
as evidence in this match.
But that doesn't mean you're going to win the North American title. They're building that title up to be big deal with Velveteen Dream. He's a big deal. And we knew this was going to be a terrific match.
Yeah, which it was.
But this was a lock.
Yeah.
Velveteen Dream was totally going to retain here.
Oh, yeah.
And in fact, we saw like down the stretch here, Tyler Breeze got like 2 of his finishes off. And then Velveteen Dream was able to evade the pin both times.
Yeah.
And then he came back in and he won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good match, though.
No, it was terrific.
It was fun to see Tyler Breeze have a bit of a vicious side.
You know what's
we
funny?
hadn't seen that even in his NXT days.
No, it was great because he was like, totally. He was like dressed all in black and everything, and no, it was awesome to see that. I hope they rebuild him back up into like get rid of the selfie stuff, get rid of that stuff. Just be you. You know. I always thought that was the most compelling thing about him on Breaking Ground is that his whole story on Breaking Ground was I have to find a hook to get people interested in me. And so finally, after years, he came across the Tyler Breeze. Yeah, exactly. And people sort of latched onto it because it was a tangible gimmick.
Yeah.
But I always thought the more interesting thing was just him, you know.
Yeah,
and back then things were a little bit different. Now he's built up. You know, if he just puts on these great matches, it's like, you know, a Buddy Murphy situation.
Yeah.
All he did was put on amazing matches. You'd hear about him on the Florida Loop, like Karen would talk about him, and then you'd hear like little things.
And then his gimmick was birthed from that best kept secret.
Best kept secret thing, exactly, yeah.
But then I thought you came up with a great idea is have Johnny Curtis go back to NXT.
It would be the perfect way to
with
rebrand these
Breeze.
guys.
Yeah.
Would be to bring Johnny Curtis in
because he tweeted something in response to something this weekend in response to Breeze, I thought.
Yeah, I didn't see that. But yeah, if he came down at the end, they did that goofy sort of at the end of the match. Tyler Breeze loses.
Oh, yeah, and takes a selfie.
And he takes a selfie with Dream. I was really hoping Tyler Breeze would lay him out because Dream was being all obnoxious about it.
Yeah, I know.
I was so hoping for him to lay him out. But it'd be great if Johnny Curtis came down.
I don't know if he was just selling, but he seemed moderately annoyed by the fact that he had to take that picture.
Who, Tyler Breeze?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you guys acting like a dick. I'd be annoyed too. Real or fake?
Well, maybe he just tweeted this. Fandango just tweeted NXT Season 4 winner Johnny Curtis.
Oh, yeah. Telling you, man. That's how you rebrand.
Yep.
That'd be like a perfect way to do it.
Yep. Well, here's a video of I guess it's Fandango. Bench pressing a bunch.
What's he say right there? Because I'm not booked, Terry. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Oh, that's from that's in response. That's from come on, what's that movie? Where the guy says, "I'm not booked." Why aren't you on? Where are you at the show? Because I'm not booked, Terry. It's the guy who died recently.
Oh, didn't Stamp?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. That's from
Beyond the Mat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Beyond the Mat. So many great wrestling docs out there.
Oh, hell yeah,
Wrestling with Shadows.
Good one too. So yeah, anyways, finish spots. Breeze hit the spinning heel kick. Dream rolls out of the ring to avoid the pin, and Breeze is trying to get Velveteen Dream back in the ring. Dream grabs the North American title, like he's trying to hit Breeze with it. Breeze catches it, walks back into the ring with it, and the ref is like, "Hey, give me the belt." Breeze tosses it to him, turns around, eats the Dream Valley driver. Velveteen goes to top rope, hits Purple Rainmaker for the win. And as you mentioned, he gets Breeze's phone afterwards, starts talking trash. They're face to face, hands Breeze the phone. Dream tries to walk out of the ring. Breeze prevents him. They take a selfie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we'll see if there's any more to this feud or not.
After that, we got a video package of a guy getting a tattoo. Turns out it was Punishment Martinez.
Hey, Punishment, would you like a donut?
A.K.
Yeah. I got.
No, I don't think I should.
Wait, let me see if Triple H has responded to my request to be in NXT. Oh yeah, no, I'm in NXT now. I can't have a donut. I'm gonna be tattooed guy.
Did you watch any of the Triple H documentary afterwards? It's awesome. It's so great. That guy is amazing. There was one little bit where he was talking to Punishment, and he was saying something along the lines of, what we really need to do is like spotlight like who you are. But then, if you got the character, but we need to transition that character to like more of you, and it's like he totally gets it. Just that little snippet of conversation, it's like we're bringing you in for a reason, and he's saying we need to focus less on the character and more on who you are, as opposed to that's who you are.
Yeah.
You're a guy who gets tattoos. That's who you are.
Diametrically opposed. One works, one really doesn't work that well.
Oh, man.
Next, we had Damian Priest is his name. We'd heard that already, but
yeah, sure.
Next, Io Shirai taking on Shayna Baszler. A lot of gameswomanship start this match, where they would snapmare, act like they were going to boot somebody in the face, instead just slap them or kick them or something. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Eventually, Shayna starts working over Io's arm, though, as usual. Hits a stomp, goes for another. Io avoids the second one, though. Hits a German suplex, but because her arm's so beat up, she can't keep the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Io hits a 619. Io's so damn good.
Oh, I know. It's so much fun to watch.
Springboard drop kick gets a 2. She puts Shayna in a crossface. Shayna powers out. We got one during the actual match. One moonsault ringside. Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Best moonsault in the business.
I agree with that.
Then towards the end, Io hits double knees in the corner, kind of like what Andrade does.
Mm-hmm.
Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir come down to ringside.
Oh, boy.
Candice sprints down with a kendo stick, makes a save, starts beating up Duke and Shafir. Io's paying attention to that. Turn around, she gets put in small package by Shayna.
This was not just beating him up. She destroyed
that kendo stick.
Yeah, and I love it. Both this and post finish with Io beating the crap out of Shayna Baszler. There was just reckless abandon with this thing, man.
There was shards of kendo stick flying
It
all over
was
the place.
like, no, like, oh, I don't care where you are. You better have your back towards me. Otherwise, you're getting it in the face.
Yeah, I know.
And some of these people took it.
Yeah.
In some really awkward spots. Shayna's body was jacked up.
Oh, she was like twitching.
Yeah.
After the post-match beatdown.
And just welts
She was
everywhere.
Really she was selling the hell out of that. So the finish saw Io go for like a bridge cover, sort of like something Zack Sabre Jr. does, where he arches backwards over his opponent. However, Shayna kicks out and transitions right into the clutch, and Io did a really good job of milking that moment where she was trying to get to the ropes, fighting it off, trying to get to the ropes, but in the end, she couldn't. She had to tap before she passed out. Shayna wins, she retains, but afterwards, Io goes down, grabs that kendo stick, beats the heck out of Shayna with it.
Gosh.
Hits a moonsault.
Yeah.
And then goes back
then
up.
Then grabs a chair.
No, she says, Candace, get me a chair from under the ring.
Okay, yeah.
And then hits another moonsault with a chair on.
With a chair.
And Shayna's in there.
Oh, man.
Like shivering and twitching and
I
whatnot.
love it, man.
Oh, man. She was selling it.
Kicked up a notch. I mean, man.
Like she had a collapsed lung. That's how she was. Because she's like breathing heavy and stuff. She was doing a hell of a job really selling that.
Yeah. Boy,
it was great.
That was something else.
It was great.
That was something else right there, man. And then, they made the announcement, NXT UK Cardiff. I'm sorry, NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff. August 31st. And, of course, Twitter blows up. That's all out day.
That's all out.
That's all out day. Also, there's a New Japan thing, but also all out.
That's all out day.
Shots fired.
Yeah, I know.
That's so smart, though, of WWE. It's like you take
shots fired.
You take your smallest thing that people are still going to tune into, and it's going to get lots of buzz.
Yeah.
And then, like Triple H says, and then across the pond, follow that. Follow that.
I mean, like in terms of the sequence of events, that's how it's going to happen because Takeover's going to be on the afternoon, and then pretty much right when that's over, look, all out's on.
All out's on. Yeah,
so it's not like they're going head to head.
Yeah. And then the confirmed matches for All Out are Jericho Hangman.
That's the only one confirmed so far.
Okay. All right.
But I'm sure it'll be Kenny and Moxley too.
I would assume that's the case.
Because Mox is taking on Janela at Fyter Fest.
And then what about Fight for the Fallen? Do we know if he's doing anything there? Okay.
I think the only match announced for that
tag match
is Cody and Dustin taking on the Young Bucks. Yeah.
Okay. Strong main events, man.
Hell yeah,
Strong main events.
Yeah, they're going to be delivering for a while. And then the main event, we talked about that a bit.
How much did you love Josiah Williams from Wrestling Flow?
That was awesome.
Wasn't that? This kid a year ago was just uploading these amazing raps over WWE theme songs. Very quickly getting the attention of WWE.
And now he's an employee.
Now he's an employee of digital content there.
And he's joining Adam Cole at a takeover, rapping over his theme. It's amazing.
And there was this dude probably was nervous as get out, but I could never tell.
No.
I've never seen him do anything like live. I don't know if he's ever performed live before, but oh my God, he was great.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good.
Man, that was so cool.
It was really good.
I got goosebumps when I saw that.
Me too.
Man.
It's great to see when someone takes it upon themselves to do something that awesome.
Yeah.
And then see them quickly get such a huge spotlight. It's great.
Check out his Twitter account. I think it's probably just Wrestle and Flow.
Yeah, that's his music stuff. Yeah. And he's got
his personal one is at J Dean Williams.
Yeah, he does good work.
And then it is Wrestle and Flow. Yeah, he does great work, and his story is just terrific. It's just absolutely terrific. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Story of this match was pretty much Gargano going after Cole's arm, Cole going after Johnny's knee, and in terms of a very clear, concise story being told, that's one reason I prefer this one to the previous match, outside of the burial of Cole's finish. But it was just a lot of great back and forth.
Yeah.
Where at this point, they know each other so well, they were able to counter a ton of stuff.
Lots of Cole going for Panama Sunrises, too.
Yeah. Well, it's like he realized, okay, just the last shot by himself isn't going to do it. I have to combine moves now to finish off Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
And
combos.
Yeah, it's a combo thing now because he hit one last shot, 2.0, couldn't get the pin. He would hit one Panama Sunrise, couldn't work. Combine them together. That's what did it.
Winning combination.
It really is.
Yeah.
But there's a great spot with Cole. He goes down to the ringside, pulls a chair out. Granted, this is not a no DQ match. It's just an excuse to get Drake Younger down ringside.
Poor Drake.
So Johnny could hit him with a suicide dive and create some drama for the finish. But I love that bit where Cole's in the ring and he's selling it and he's like, all right,
He's trying to,
Undisputed Era, come on down. And Johnny's ready for him with the chair.
Yeah.
Gets back in the ring, eats a move. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. The spot where Cole hits the Panama Sunrise on like in the ring and the ropes pretty much, gets a 2, and then Johnny's out and Cole sets him up for a last shot and Gargano just collapses.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But then Gargano puts Cole in the Gargano escape, but he can't use his injured leg, so he can't put a maximum amount of pressure on it. And then Cole breaks up the hold by dropping elbows on Johnny's injured leg. But in the end, though, Cole hits Panama Sunrise followed by a last shot.
Yep.
He wins.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, I can go down. Copious notes here, but
Lots of notes.
It's really just me just listing off the list of moves is really injustice. The quality of the story being told in this match.
It is.
Adam
terrific,
Cole is operating on a whole other level right now.
He really is.
He really is.
Yeah.
This is pretty much a PWG match. But with a really, because PWG matches, there'll be like self-contained stories into the matches, like we saw with the Ricochet Leo Rush one. There was a very distinct story being told in that match.
Sure, yeah.
But a lot of PWG matches, granted, I've only been to 2 shows, feel like it's the self-contained story within the ropes at that time. And then it's just, okay, what crazy, insane stuff can we do? This match really benefited from having the pace of a PWG match, some of the crazy spots, but a story that exists beyond the match itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it really worked. This I thought was fantastic, awesome. Happy for Adam Cole to have that belt.
Me too. Very happy.
By all accounts, he seems like a quality dude.
Draped in gold, the entire Undisputed Era. I want to see it happen.
And Britt Baker, that was great.
Oh, yeah, they cut to Stephanie McMahon in the crowd, and Britt Baker, Adam Cole's girlfriend, was sitting there, and whether it was intentional or not, she threw a sideways glance.
Ooh, man.
All Elite Wrestling's Dr. Britt Baker.
Yeah, DMD. Yeah.
That's right. She looked like she was going to pull some teeth of Stephanie McMahon's, maybe. You want to do Raw preview?
Yeah, let's do that. I guess that's part of we got to do that now, huh? I guess we have to watch Raw tonight, don't we? Heyman announces Lesnar will cash in on Rollins this Monday on Twitter. He announced it made on Twitter. It was made on stinking Twitter.
Dude, like the entire point of a cash-in
is the unpredictability.
Is the spontaneity. Yeah.
This is like when Braun says, I'm going to do it at Crown Jewel. He says he's going to do it. It's only really exciting if you announce in advance, if it's way in advance and it's like at WrestleMania. That's exciting because then you have time to really build up to it.
RVDs, because Cena's going into like this freaking pit of like, fever dream ECW fans.
Yeah. That's great. Otherwise, just on Twitter too. There's zero drama behind. Anyways, after Brock Lesnar, what was up with that video from Stephanie? What was the point of that?
Oh, I didn't even watch that.
She was like, "Oh, the actions of Lesnar and Heyman are trash, garbage, like disrespectful." The briefcase.
Yeah, what actions is she talking about?
Nothing.
Because that's when I saw the headline, I was like, she's reprimanding them, and then I thought, oh, this is probably stupid, and so I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I just watched the first 30 seconds, and I said, oh, this is stupid. Because everybody, any heel who wins the briefcase just teases ad nauseum pretty much.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it. That you get in people's head and take advantage of them when they're at their weakest. Yeah. That's the whole point when a heel has a briefcase. Lesnar is doing that. Mm-hmm. He's teasing people with it. Mm-hmm. The bit where he finds out he has a year was actually legitimately pretty funny.
Yes.
And it seemed like an opportunity for them to actually milk this for a bit.
Wow.
And then Stephanie is apparently has to drop this ridiculous promo that makes no sense. Yeah. Even Corey Graves posted on Twitter, this makes no sense. I'm paraphrasing.
I didn't see that, really. What did he say?
Here, look it up.
All right, I'm going to look it up.
Paraphrasing, says, this makes no sense. Like he has a year to cash in, but because he doesn't cash in, he's being reprimanded, so now he has to cash in.
Ooh.
Scroll down a little bit. He did a couple of days.
How long has he had? Because for a while he had the Reverend Corey Graves.
Oh, Sterling now.
Now it's just Sterling. That's
which is indie wrestling name. Yeah, look up his tweet.
Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So he's cashing in because the boss was mad at him for not cashing in when he said he was, even though the point of the contract is to cash in at the holder's discretion. Where's my new chair? He wants his electric chair back.
It's pretty interesting.
Oh, man.
Anyway, sorry. Heyman announces Lesnar will cash in on Rollins this Monday. After Brock Lesnar learned about the one-year clause in the Money in the Bank contract, the question on everybody's mind was when the Beast would make his move. Now Paul Heyman has put the matter to rest. It's happening this week, and it's happening against Universal Champion Seth Rollins. It's just like the most obvious ratings ploy. And it's short term.
I know.
How about this? Craft an interesting story about Brock cashing in. People will tune into that.
Yep.
Following McMahon's family's opening of an executive review determined Lesnar's punishment for disrespecting the Money in the Bank contract. I'm at this point, my hands are up. I'm ready to give up.
His hands are up.
This is ridiculous.
He's tapping out.
This is ridiculous. Paul Heyman went on the offensive, declaring that his client would take a proactive rather than reactive strategy when cashing in Rollins this Monday. And I have a feeling that's not even going to happen. There's still some suspense at play here. Heyman did not specify when the Beast would be cashing in, only that it would occur between the hours of 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern at a time of Lesnar's choosing. Still, that doesn't mean that the title is Brock's for the taking. Rollins is one of the only men to crack the code of defeating Lesnar front area shot. And with the champion at least having some specifics to work with, the duration of Raw. His chances of a repeat are higher than Heyman and Lesnar are likely willing to admit. Tune in to Raw this Monday, live 8/7 Central at USA Network. This is just like a microcosm of how badly they're bumbling the entire creative of their show.
Moving on. Here we go. Not dead yet. WWE Super Showdown will play host to a first ever battle between The Undertaker and Goldberg. But both superstars have been conspicuously absent since the match was announced. That's because they're never, of course they're not there. I mean, conspicuously absent. That's fixing to change this Monday when the Last Outlaw rears his head on Raw.
That's a new name.
I didn't know that meant Goldberg or Undertaker.
No, it's this Taker, man.
The Outlaw, Last Outlaw. Hey, Vince, I came up with a new name.
Last Outlaw.
I'm the Last Outlaw. Rears his head on Raw just days before the bout. What's he gonna say? What he's gonna say is anybody's guess. But tuning in will be essential to anybody wondering what's on the Phenom's mind. And, of course, whether he ends up having some unannounced company.
So Goldberg's been announced for SmackDown this week, and I think Undertaker maybe at the venue was announced too.
Also, in celebration of the Last Outlaw returning.
Oh, look at that.
We got a promo code.
Nice.
Taker now.
I feel like you should change that to Last Outlaw.
Well, hold on. It's too. Okay, hold on. Wait.
Is it active yet?
I also have, and I got
to just keep Taker. It's easy to remember.
Okay, Taker. It's Taker. 20% off any item at friendomarket.com. Friendomarket.com.
Does that include the Like a Dog t-shirt, Steve?
It includes the Undertaker Like a Dog shirt.
Well, Undertaker.
We have, legally, it's not actually the Undertaker. I didn't put his face.
No, just less you say about it's better, probably.
And there's a slogan that he didn't actually say, but I misremembered him as having said. So we're legally completely in the clear to sell this Undertaker shirt. Starting right now, going all the way till I think Wednesday or whatever. It's 20% off. And I will be.
We should keep it up till Friday because that's when he actually has his match against Goldberg. Let's do it all week.
Okay. And then also, later on today, I will be officially putting up, and a lot of people ask me this, sticker packs.
There you go.
3 for $10, or you can get all 12 for like $25.
Cool.
And then you can.
Wow, that's actually a good deal.
We have tiers at 3, 6, 9, and all 12.
12 for $25 is a good deal.
Yeah, it is a good deal. And so. Those are all that's going to be available right now. It just says coming soon because I need to just figure out the shipping on it really quick. Sticker packs, and a lot of people ask, can we just get the stickers? I want the damn shirts. The
answer now is yes.
The answer is yes. Yes, you get any 3. Like you can pick and choose. You don't have to get.
You just have to make sure you specify which ones you want
in the comments. You got it. Yeah, in the notes, you got to specify which ones you want because I can't read.
Otherwise, you're gonna get 3 of our choosing, not yours.
If it's 12,
you get them all.
Then you get them all. I don't have to. We don't have to figure anything out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Next item. That's me. Roman Reigns and team with the Usos to battle Drew McIntyre and the Revival. See, that could actually be a really fun match. Roman Reigns' rivalry with Drew McIntyre has fumed ever since WrestleMania 35, while the Usos and the Revival are just getting started. This Monday night on Raw, the two grudges will collide in a 6-man tag team match that pits Reigns and his twin cousins against McIntyre and the cocky top guys, who who already won up on the Usos following a victory 2 weeks ago. Which team will walk out of Raw with bragging rights? It's too bad that the actual tag titles aren't on the line for this.
Well, that's cool that they're giving the Revival Drew to work with.
Yeah, it's cool. It's going to be a fun match.
That'll be a lot of fun.
This feud would actually benefit from some belts.
Yeah. No, I agree totally.
Why the Raw tag team titles are on the main event.
These colors don't run. Last week's Raw brought with it the grim news that the injured Rey Mysterio will be forced to surrender the United States Championship as a separated shoulder will prevent him from defending it. Samoa Joe, understandably, is licking his chops, and for a very specific reason. The Samoan submission machine has already announced he'll be waiting for Mysterio's abdication to take back what he believes is rightfully his following a controversial loss at WWE Money in the Bank. Also, on Samoa Joe's Twitter feed, he's fostering a very lovely-looking dog.
Yeah, he fosters pets all the time.
I would suggest if you're in the market for a rescue, go check out his Twitter account.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's living. Is he still here on the West Coast or he live in Orlando? Who knows?
I don't know.
That might have some bearing in terms of whether you're interested in fostering that animal or not. Ladies first. Lacey Evans cast aside her partnership of convenience with Charlotte Flair on SmackDown Live when she got into a post-match brawl with the Queen, though that could end up being a bit of a double-edged sword for the sassy Southern Belle. On one hand, now she has Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch all to herself and as good as an opportunity as she'll ever have to relieve the man of her last remaining title. On the other hand, Evans now has no backup against the Irish lass kicker, and with Lynch having formed something of an alliance with Nikki Cross, they tagged once. That could leave Lacey down a man, so to speak, as she makes her move. Time will tell if her strategy pays off or if Evans... Oh, no, sorry, they tagged twice. It was Alexa, Nikki, and... Nikki.
Yeah, that's
twice,
right.
Sorry. Or if Evans has made a grave tactical error.
Ooh.
Wow, exciting stuff. Can't wait. We got some new members, though. That's exciting stuff. Ernie Jimenez, the villain Alan Black, and I guess that's all of them. Look at some questions, Steve.
Okay.
Jeffrey Nguyen, Liverpool's number one.
Oh, get out of here, Jeffrey.
You were asking for people to give you crap, though.
Not Jeffrey, though.
No.
Hey, wait a second. Where has he been in Fun Wrestling? Why have we not seen Jeffrey Nguyen?
Fundamentally is a massive faction, man. It's
too many
hard
people.
working everybody in.
He's the one person that you have...
there's... I haven't used him, Vinny Elliott, or Jason DeCabi yet.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
So I've only debuted half the faction, pretty much. Give it time. Everybody will get worked into the story. There's just a lot to work
where's
in.
Steve W these days?
That's a question for you, Steve. Graydon Hendershot, wife is mowing the lawn so I can listen to Going in Raw.
Jeez, Graydon.
Liam Wagner, did you see the movie Brightburn? Will you review? No, I don't watch movies in theaters anymore.
I would actually very much like to see that. If I have a moment, then yes, I will.
So last night I watched a documentary on Netflix called Perfect Bid about this guy who was like an obsessive Price is Right viewer. Like he
I saw the little ad for that. Yeah.
He made a Google Doc of prices for everything and memorized it.
That's awesome.
It wasn't as dramatic as I was hoping. Like the bit at the end could have been played for a bit more drama, but they probably just couldn't get an interview they really wanted. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody.
Did you hear about that stuff coming out? Because you saw the Jinx, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear that stuff about how his audio at the end that was like a big revelatory moment? And this isn't terribly surprising, but it also kind of is. Was like completely just chopped out
of context.
Completely out of context. Because there's that whole like the trial is happening right now or something.
The bit at the end where he goes to the bathroom and is still mic'd.
And he's still mic'd. That's all like just chopped to hell. And it's like, so I know that obviously it's a movie. Like every documentary has an agenda, is telling its own
it will
thing.
Manipulate the footage to tell the story they're trying to tell.
But it was like a massive manipulation.
I mean, all you really know is that guilt vomit that he holds back when he's presented with the envelope with the spelling that apparently only he uses.
It's like
Beverly Hills.
Totally understand. It's like this dude is probably just guilty 5 ways, you know.
Yeah.
At the same time,
because if assuming the ending was shot and that's all a shoot. You know, it wasn't edited. Mm-hmm. That's fascinating.
It is, yeah, it is.
That he has that conversation with himself in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But to hear that it's
it's
a work essentially. That's a bummer.
It's chopped to hell.
That's a huge work. Minion TM69 just says go Bruins. I think they're heading to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yes, that is true.
Dom L, dear Steve.
I only know that because I happen to catch an ad on NBC for it.
Dear Steve, thanks for the fab drawing of Ruby Riott. You're quite an artist.
I did that?
Yeah.
Nice. Go me.
Thank you, Big Don Paul. Joshua Martinez. So I owe you an apology, Joshua Martinez. Says no one's going to mention how I got muted. Cool.
Oh man.
So here's the deal,
What's
Joshua.
going on with that, man? You used to be quality check king.
I still am.
Oh, I don't know. Joshua
Everyone's-
Martinez, you
I know.
censored.
No, I did not censor him.
Censored.
I owe Joshua an apology because I cut Matt Chat, put all the questions in, and
This is Joshua too.
I know, and I feel really bad about this.
It's not like it's a Waymaker question where it's
I
like,
feel
who
really bad
cares?
about this, and I had to spend a lot of time yesterday replacing the audio because our podcast
Server was
platform
messed
server
up,
thing. There's apparently some Google stuff going on yesterday. Stuff was down, so YouTube was down for a while, and I think it might have affected this. Anyways, I cut it. I QC'd it, which means I scan through the timeline, make sure I have all the questions in, and then immediately thereafter, I export it. And sometime between when I went and made sure all the questions were in and I exported it, apparently his audio was highlighted. And for some reason, I hit backspace.
Yeah.
And so that's the only explanation I could think of.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that happened.
And then you hit the upload button without checking.
No, I do. I scrubbed through it. I spot check it to make sure audio's fine. It just so happened that was the one time that something got messed up. And I apologize to Joshua because he is a great friendo. He is a Matt Chat Hall of Famer.
He is totally.
And he deserved better than that.
Man,
And I feel bad. I'm sorry.
2012 Larson would be so disappointed in 2019 Larson.
29 Larson is disappointed in 2019 Larson.
AO Worm, why do you think Steph was sitting there in NXT TakeOver? John Ortolaza says she probably lives right down the road.
Yeah.
I want to check out one of these takeovers for once.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. They didn't have any. Usually, if they don't have any new signings, they just don't bother doing any crowd shots.
Yeah.
That was weird, I know. Gustavo Gama says, message blazed. Dragon Reborn says, Thundercover unlisted.
No. People are watching it.
It was being weird yesterday when I finally got it live. Like, I couldn't put ads in it for the longest time, and it was listed as private. But no, it should be public.
Waymaker, has the monopolistic nature of WWE created its own ratings downfall, or is it dissatisfied smarks that have perpetuated the decline? Listen to me, I should be muted. I think I think the monopolistic nature of WWE has given Vince way too much comfortability to be able to do that. So I would think that it's A, not B.
Yes.
Good question.
Kyle Young, a big takeaway from the Moxley Jericho podcast wasn't so much the micromanaging, but the $500 last match payout. To me, it's as though the WWE needs to be spiteful. Like an alcoholic needs a drink, they cannot not do it.
Yeah, they get really petty.
So they were saying that's what an extra makes.
Yeah.
That's the minimum someone can make for showing up on WWE programming. And that's what Ambrose got for his last payout.
Yeah, they have a long history. I feel bad. I think I just blew up PW Torch's mentions because I tagged them in the question thread request.
Oh.
I was trying to give them some proper credit.
Gotcha.
And I inadvertently ended up blowing up their mentions. So apologies to Wade Keller. Juan Guerrero Jr., Mr. Triple Mania, did you or did you not eat at Hash House?
Sorry, Mr. Triple Mania. We got up
Las Vegas.
We got up Monday morning and we just wanted to hit the road. Just didn't have time.
Man.
And it's good we did because traffic would have been worse if we had waited.
But that Del Taco in Barstow?
That's amazing.
Oh, my God. I haven't stopped thinking about it.
Apparently, we stopped at the original Del Taco in Barstow.
It was the second one.
Second one, okay.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Oh, man.
Like the chicken soft taco was double stuffed pretty much.
Yeah. The cheeseburger was like fresh and juicy.
The menu was slightly different than the ones out here, but man, it was good. Quote the Raven 79, guys, just got back from Vegas for my 40th birthday. Happy birthday. He also says, if you have a streaming event planned for an event that shall not be named since you tend to donate to charity, can I request towards Ashley Massaro's education fund? Have considered that.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that's something we need to discuss. We'll probably announce tomorrow is the charity that will...
WWE versus All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will donate the proceeds.
Yes.
Or the money that's submitted to us.
WWYEET. WWYET. I don't know what that means, but it's a Twitter friendo. Most ridiculous 24/7 title match location. He said he would personally love to see R-Truth in the crowd at TakeOver for the big pop.
Funny.
Wow, that's a good one.
That's actually
I'm
a really good idea.
I mean, maybe an All Elite Wrestling show in the crowd there.
That'd be pretty good, actually.
Did you watch Jinder win the title?
No, I didn't watch it. I just heard about it.
He won it
and
on the golf
then
course.
R-Truth got it right back.
Yeah, yeah.
See, that's the kind of stuff I like.
That's good. That's good. That's what we should be doing. Yeah.
I like that Jinder was on the golf course in his wrestling gear.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Fear and Loathing NYC. Do you guys invest in wrestling-themed startups? I want to start a referee rental service in cities the 24/7 title will be appearing at. He's making a joke.
Oh, okay.
Fear and Loathing wants a Triple H impression listening to the Moxley Jericho podcast.
Oh, man.
That's mad. Just Triple H listening to him being like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's, I don't know what you want me to do, Mox. Yeah.
try my best.
Try my best.
I'll tell you, Mox.
Try my best.
Geordie Jedi, new patron but watching Century 10 for the win days. Just want to say hi from over here in England.
Oh, hello.
Thank you.
I'll be there shortly. I just booked my Airbnb yesterday.
Cool.
But that was another really interesting takeaway from the Mox thing was when Keller asked him about Triple H. He was like, how's your relationship with Triple H? And he said Triple H is the kind of guy who, he said, he thinks about things a lot. Like when you run something past him, he will think about it a lot and then decide. As opposed to Vince,
who is just knee-jerk reaction, huh?
Right. And it's like, wow. And it's funny because it felt like he was sort of saying that as a counter to the way he would like things to be done, which is more spontaneity.
Yeah.
And run with it. It's like, oh, you have a cool idea, run with it.
Yeah.
Whereas Triple H, he even called him cerebral. He said he's very cerebral. Like that's an apropos phrase for him because he thinks about things a lot. And it was kind of interesting that he pointed that out.
Yeah. Daniel Encinas, with Pac being replaced for 2 events, does All Elite Wrestling discontinue future bookings with him? Does this create a negative perception of company or talent? I think the fact that he's no longer on the card for Fyter Fest is kind of evidence that whatever plans they may have had for him are out the window, at least short term.
Yeah.
At least until he drops that Dragon Gates title.
I think they have done such a good job with everything else that the Pac situation, while not ideal, is kind of background noise. So, yeah, it probably didn't end up the way they wanted it. And, I was disappointed that I couldn't see that match live.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
But I had a terrific time regardless.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Sarbin Elite just saw Bruiser Brody Dark Side of the Ring episode. Getting Away with Murder. Cologne Hall of Fame BS. Hall of Fame is BS anyways. I'm just angry with whom I don't know.
Interesting. That was a stream of consciousness.
It really was. That's a pure anger.
There. That was just I'm gonna rage. Here's 100. What is it?
I don't know. I don't even know what currency
that is right there. That's
David
great, though.
Boyce. Love these free super chats. Happy Monday.
Oh, thank you very much.
Like question. Jeffrey Pridemore. Thank you. Ryan Lambert. Steph pointing to Macho Man T. Super cringe.
Okay, less said about that, the better.
Yes. Pretty boy Fred. Love the Taker voice. Lol, like a dog.
Like a dog. Oh, that's cool. Greg Morris says Brightburn is shockingly gory.
Oh, wow.
It is jaw-droppingly gory.
Wow, that's cool.
That's awesome.
John Smith, thank you. Jeffrey Nguyen says, I'm okay just collecting a paycheck, Larson. He's fine. Sitting on the sidelines, getting that free fun money.
That's pretty funny.
Thank you, James Breen. Thank you, James Breen. And then Dexter Chapini. Undisputed Era call-up or Undisputed Era draped in gold, what's more likely? I'm hoping for the latter.
Draped in gold is more likely.
I'm hoping for the latter.
Wait, the call-up?
No, the latter, draped in gold.
Oh, okay. I didn't know which one was first. Yeah, I think that's more likely. Let's see here. Henry Harris, I heard them call Taker the last outlaw before.
Someone said in 2012.
That's awesome. That's a deep cut. Cody Miles was really glad to hear that Stephanie was actually in the crowd for the entire event.
Oh, that's cool.
That's interesting. I wonder if she talked to Britt.
Maybe she's going to be a coach in NXT too.
That could be.
Like everybody that's dissatisfied with their job on the main roster is like, I just want to go work with NXT.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be a coach there.
Yeah, man.
Maybe that's what it is.
That's good. For Overrun today, we're going to talk about Bully Ray and best practices in Ring of Honor.
It's not one of them.
Oh, man. If you want a free meet and greet with Bully Ray, just get into it with Velvet Sky.
Yeah, Boo Velvet Sky.
At ringside. Just see if there's any last Twitter questions that need answering. Oh, man. Ricky Scurvy, who is apparently a pirate, says, we'll end on this one. When will you apologize for your comments made about pirates? We had a thoroughly anti-pirate discussion.
No, I don't think it's necessarily anti-pirate. It was
a lot of people took it as anti-pirate.
I took umbrage to the Hollywood's depiction of pirates as some sort of glamorous thing. And based on my reading of history, that is decidedly not the case.
Like you're digging yourself a bigger hole with the
No.
pirate crowd, man. That discussion. Look, man, just call it like it is. It was an anti-pirate thing. I don't like pirates. You don't like pirates. We think they're
I
gross.
don't like how pirates are depicted in like Pirates of the Caribbean. It makes it sound like fun and jolly and stuff.
But it's not fun and jolly. It's
No.
disgusting. The pirate life just seems really gross.
Yeah.
That's an anti-pirate statement, by the way.
No,
it's
it's
factual, but it's an anti-pirate statement.
It's okay for us not to be fans of pirates.
I'm not a fan of pirates.
They're
I've
criminals.
never been a fan.
They're criminals.
They're criminals.
They're criminals.
Yeah. They steal
And maybe murder.
and definitely murder. And they're gross. They have scurvy. Like, who? That's nasty. I don't know. What are the symptoms of scurvy?
When you lose your teeth.
Oh, man. That's nasty. This conversation makes me think even less of them now. So thanks for bringing that up, Ricky Scurvy.
Yeah, thanks.
Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Over on, we're going to talk about Bully Ray.
Yeah. Living up to his name, seemingly.
Yeah, man. So until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.